The Galaxy Z Flip 7 is just around the corner, and it is rumored to be the biggest change that the Flip has ever received. So, welcome to my temporary studio in my hotel room in London while I'm attending the Nothing event, by the way. And also welcome to the Galaxy Z Flip 7 final leaks and rumors, where I'm going to go over everything to expect when it comes to the design, the display, cameras, features, performance, and a lot more. Also, if you're looking to pre-order the Z Flip 7 or even the new Fold 7, you can get $50 in Samsung credit plus up to $1,150 in extra savings, plus even get a chance to win $5,000 in Samsung credit by using the link below. Simply open the link in the description, enter your first name, last name, and email, and that's it. You'll be registered to take part in this exclusive Z Fold 7 and Flip 7 offer. Okay, now let's start off with the design, and I'm specifically referring to the body/chassis here. So there won't be many chassis design changes this year, as Samsung is said to be focused on refinement and optimization, making the current design even more durable and even more polished. Samsung's teaser from last week only showcased the silhouette of a potential Fold, with no mention of the rumored Flip. Still, the latest leak suggests that the Galaxy Z Flip 7 will be significantly thinner than the Fold 6, measuring in at 6.5mm when unfolded, down from 6.9, and 13.7mm when folded, down from 14.9. Now, despite this slitter profile, the weight is, interestingly enough, expected to remain the same, at 187 grams. Now, when it comes to the colors, the Flip 7 is rumored to come in blue, called Blue Shadow, just like the Fold 7, jet black, a new coral red, and quite possibly a new shade of white, or gray, called Silver Shadow. So, similar to the S25 lineup. And we may even see a Samsung online store exclusive called Green Mint. Oh, and it's also been rumored that Samsung could also implement a new internal structure with a more durable hinge that will in turn lead to a reduced display crease, and perhaps also slimmer plastic bezels. Now, speaking of the displays, the big change really with the Flip 7 is that cover screen. This is expected to grow significantly, from 3.4 inches on the Flip 6 to around 4 to 4.1 inches on the Flip 7, and is also likely to adopt a similar design to the Motorola Razr 2025, with the screen essentially stretching across nearly the entire outer shell. Now, some of the previous leaks were pointing towards Samsung still having a folder-shaped design, basically around the cameras. However, the latest leaks are pointing towards this full-screen design, with the two cameras being on top of the display. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this design, because I feel like this is really the design that Samsung should have always had with a Flip. Now, the inner display is set to grow from 6.7 inches to around 6.85 or 6.9, so that's also getting bigger while keeping the same 21:9 aspect ratio. This means that if you want to apply one-over wallpapers, they will look simply stunning on not just the inner display, but guess what, also on that full-screen outer display too. Link down below to get these wallpapers in 8K and for free. This inner display is said to be an LTPO OLED, with a maximum brightness of 2600 nits and a maximum refresh rate of 120 Hz. And guess what? The cover screen is also rumored to have a 120 Hz refresh rate. Then we have the cameras, and unlike the Fold 7, we won't be seeing any big upgrades or any upgrades whatsoever on the Flip 7 this year. It is rumored to have the same 50-megapixel camera as last year, paired with a 12-megapixel ultra-wide camera, and then also a 10-megapixel selfie. And here's the thing, on any other device, having a 10-megapixel selfie camera would be like a major red flag, but I don't really see this as an issue on the Flip, because being a Flip, you can, use the back cameras as the selfie camera, since you can see yourself in that outer screen. But overall, the quality of the photos coming from the main camera is, I would say, good enough, although nothing special. The photos don't really have the quality and sharpness of the S25 Ultra, for example, but given the form factor of the device, like I said, I think it's fine. Although I do hope that next year with the Flip 8, we will see some more significant camera upgrades. Like, I would personally love to see a telephoto camera on it. But okay, let's talk about what makes the Flip 7 really stand out. Features. Like its predecessors, it is incredibly compact and pocket-friendly, so much so that I often forget that it's even in my pocket when folded. This ultra-portable form factor seems to be something that Samsung is fully committed to, as the overall design, aside from the screen changes, has mostly remained the same since the original Flip launched in 2020. You know, it's not a productivity powerhouse like the Fold series, but it still gives you enough screen real estate to be comparable to the Galaxy S25 Plus, just in a more convenient, foldable form factor. One that also has that very useful outer display for taking photos or just seeing your notifications. And that's by far the best feature of the Flip 7. Now, when it comes to the software, the Flip 7 could actually be one of the very first Samsung phones to launch with One UI 8 alongside the Fold 7. And some of the rumors are saying that it may also finally come with full-on DeX support. By the way, let me know if any of you is actively using DeX on your Samsung phones. Moving on to number 5, we have the performance, and this is where things get a bit complicated. You see, while everyone agrees that the Flip 7 will have 12 GB of RAM, no leakers can agree on which chip it will actually use. Most leakers say that the Flip 7 is getting two variants, one with the brand new Exynos 2500 and the other with the Snapdragon 8 Elite. However, we're not sure if this will be region-specific like it was in the past, or if some of the regions will actually differ now. In the past, the US and China got the Snapdragon versions, while in Europe and the rest of the world, we got the Exynos version. This is what Sam Mobile has reported for the Flip 7 as well. However, some other sources have reported that only South Korea would be getting the Exynos variant, whereas all the other regions will be getting the Snapdragon variant. Either way, both chips should be a noticeable improvement over the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 and the Flip 6. With the Exynos scoring over 2500 in single core and over 8000 in multi-core in Geekbench 6, and the Snapdragon 8 Elite scoring close to 3000 in single core and around 10,000 in multi-core, as opposed to about 1800 in single core and 6000 in multi-core for the Fold 6. And these new chips are also said to be more power efficient, which will hopefully lead to a better battery life as well. Speaking of which, the Flip 7 is rumored to have the same setup containing two batteries, a larger one at 2985 mAh and then a smaller one at 1189. These two batteries are said to have a rated total capacity of 4174 mAh together, which Samsung will most likely market as 4300 mAh as the typical capacity. So similar to what they did last year with the Flip 6, which had a rated capacity of 3887, but a typical advertised capacity of 4000, which would give it a 300 mAh increase for the Fold 7. Not much, but definitely a welcome upgrade. Now, since the displays are getting a tiny bit larger, and the batteries are also getting a tiny bit larger, I am expecting roughly the same battery life as on the Flip 6. Oh, and there's also nothing new when it comes to the battery technology, so sadly no silicon carbon or even faster charging. Samsung is still said to be sticking to their 25-watt fast charging. Same 15-watt wireless charging and the same 4.5-watt reverse wireless charging. Yeah, if you want to see Samsung finally start using silicon carbon, you can let them know by hitting that like button. Now, we've also had rumors about a potential cheaper version of the Flip called the Flip FE, or Fan Edition. We still don't know all the details on this Flip FE. All that we know is that physically it will be very similar to the Flip 6, so even the outer screen would basically be the same. It is also to come in two colors, black and white, and yeah, it also looks like the Flip FE would adopt the Exynos 2400E, a slower version of the Exynos 2500 that is reported to come in at least one regional version of the Z Flip 7. Other than that, we don't know if this will be released at the same time as the Flip 7 or if it will come at a later date, but when it comes to pricing, it will definitely be cheaper than the Flip 7. Speaking of which, at number 8 we have the rumored pricing of the Flip 7, which honestly isn't all that important, I would say, since foldables do tend to drop in price very quickly after just a few months. But thankfully, the price is set to remain the same at $1099 for the base 256GB configuration, and then the 512 is likely to cost around $100 to $150 more. Which brings me to the release date. So the Samsung Unpacked event, we all know that it is being held on the 9th of July in Brooklyn, where I'm actually going to attend it in person. So if you're in the area, feel free to come and say hi. But yeah, the actual release date should be about a week or two after the 9th of July announcement. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the Flip 7 as, like I said, it is looking to be one of the biggest upgrades we ever got when it comes to the Flip line. You can reserve one now and also win up to $5,000 by using the exclusive link below. As always, let me know your thoughts below and do subscribe for more Flip 7 videos in the coming weeks. I'm Daniel, this is ZONEofTECH, and I'll see you guys in the next one. ZONEofTECH, signing out. Cheers.